Today's video is to review the brand new Mova Z60 Ultra Roller Complete Robot Vacuum. And you may ask, why a finance YouTuber need to review robot vacuum? The answer is very simple because firstly, I just got my home last year and that is my first foray into robot vacuums and how it can help you save time and clean your house. And the thing about robot vacuum is that you never thought you would really need it until you use it. Because in the past, we used to sweep floors with brooms and dustpan. And after that, we upgrade to like vacuum cleaner that comes with a wire. Then after that, we upgrade to like a cordless vacuum. But you realize that all this still need manual human effort, right? So you realize that actually if someone can do the cleaning for you passively without paying very high fees, actually that is saving your money and your time. And you realize all this is really part of finance, correct? So then you would realize that having a robot vacuum is actually part of your financial plan because you can then use the free up time to go and do more productive stuff like work on your side hustles or research on your investments or look for a higher paying job, improving your interview skills. So finance is closely related to smart home appliances. And for context, I already have the Dreamy X40 Pro Ultra, which is my current robot vacuum. That was when I used it since like close to 12 months ago. And now that Mova has sent me this new robot vacuum for testing to see whether there's a real upgrade. Okay, so this is the base of the robot vacuum base. In the package, it also comes with a free 1.5 years accessory pack worth $249. Alright, so take a look at the accessories kit. Here is what we have. We have the roller brush, we have the mop, we have the detergent, we have the pet odor solution, and we have the dust filter bag. And this one should be the extendable brush and vacuum. So the reason why I collaborated with Mova to talk about their new robot vacuum when I already have a current robot vacuum with Dreamy, the main reason is because I want to see what upgrades do they have like 1 year later. And you see, the tech in robot vacuums, they actually move very fast. Like 1 year, the tech will be very different already. Unique selling point number one, which is the hydro force mopping, whereby the robot vacuum don't even need to go back to the base station to clean the mop pads. Okay, they can just clean it within the vacuum itself. Talk about AI, talk about self-cleaning. So this kind of auto-cleaning the mop will ensure that the mop pads are already clean. So you don't just keep using the dirty mop pads to mop over your floor, right? You want a clean mop pad, mop the floor clean one time, one use. How it works is that within the robot vacuum itself, it will spray clean water to the mop while removing dirty water, reducing cross contamination and keeping the mop in tip-top condition. Then sometimes, do you think it is very waste time that the robot vacuum must go back to the base station, clean the mop pad, and then come back with a clean mop? Waste time, right? So now it can self-clean, help you save time. Anyway, this is the base station. It's not very big, right? It's not very huge like other kinds of robot vacuum where they have really large base station. Then you don't have enough space. So this is a very good height. I think it's around 50 centimeters, half a meter's height. Then here in the center is where I open it. This is where you will put your dust filter bag. Then this is the detergent bottle where you fill up with detergent. Also, something new with the detergent solution is that now you can put two types of solution. One is for your multi-surface floor cleaner. This is in blue color. So you pour the blue color one in. And for the yellow color compartment, this is where you can put your pet odor solution. So it is meant to clean the pet related stains and you can use the pet detergent and pour it here. So they have two separate compartments for your usage. Very good. Then I realized I'm more familiar with this after using robot vacuum for 1 year. Then this is where you install the base of the base station right here later. And then this is where your robot will go up the slope and return to the charging dock and then clean and whatever filter itself. I'm sure most of you already know this. Feature number 2 is the Stepmaster 2.0 and Lift Pro chassis, where it allows your robot vacuum to climb up to 8 cm in obstacles. So it's very good for those spaces where there's different height level in the floor. Anyway, this one is dirty water tank, this one is clean water tank. I'm sure you already know that. So for those of you new homeowners, BTO one, you'll realize that HDB nowadays don't do slope design already. They have like up-down design. So it's like a 2 cm gap. And if you want your robot vacuum to climb slope, the old one, the lower tech one, they cannot do that. So newer tech ones, slightly more expensive, but now they can climb slope, which means you don't need to build some slope for it to run through different areas of your home. Like my current robot vacuum, it cannot climb, so I have to then buy a slope to let it run. Point number 3 is AI Auto Shield Carpet Care. What does this mean? When your home has a carpet or just floor mat that are different surface from the floor, then you don't want the wet mop pads which is very wet, to go in contamination with your floor mat and carpet, right? Because that will just breed bacteria and germs and whatnot things you don't want to go on your carpet. So the roller mop will actually lift up, and this is not a new feature of robot vacuums, but you know what is new, Not only the mop can lift up, but there's a shield, there's a flap to cover the mop to make sure that the mop head really cannot touch the carpet or the floor mat at all. Yeah, so it's double protection, right? First, there's a distance. Then secondly, there's a flap to cover. Now, fourth point, I want to talk about the robot vacuum. It has 28,000 pascals of suction power. I think this is one of the highest in the market right now as of the current technology. And it comes with anti-tangle turbo wave dual brush, which means stronger suction and no hair wrapping. Okay, next feature, I'm sure many of your robot vacuum already have, which is the extendable brush. This brush can extend out, right? This one very normal, okay? But you know what else or not? The mop also can extend out one. Okay, you see in this video, it can actually come out and mop the corners of your very difficult to mop spaces. First time I see mop can expand out one. Usually the brush extend out. That one very normal. We see a lot already. So this vacuum really makes sure that your corners, your edges, and difficult to clean places are easily accessible via this Maxi Reach technology. Finally, there's also a Flexi Rise navigation, which is an adjustable height mapping sensor, allowing it to fit under low furniture but still map accurately. So you can just move below all the furnitures like your bed or your sofa, there's a gap, right? Then it can go and vacuum and mop the space. Alright, so I will set up this robot vacuum and test run it a few times just to see whether the features mentioned are really real and realistic or not, and suitable for you as a homeowner to go and purchase and then keep some cleaning tasks to the robot. And of course, you can click through my shopping links in the description or what to get some discounts. And let's set it up and test the results. Let's go. Okay, so to set up your robot vacuum, right? Firstly, you need to download the Mova app. Then you can see you need to scan to connect. So how to find the QR code? Open this robot vacuum. You will find the QR right here. So that is what I will do. Scan it and connect it. So here is me testing the Mova Z60 Ultra in real time. And this is going to clean my living room, my dining room, my kitchen, and the service yard. So after I send the robot out to map out these areas, I fill up the water tank and let it do its thing. And the first difference that I notice is on the edges cleaning, especially how you vacuum and mop it, because the current Z60 Ultra, when they mop the edges, instead of just sending a small spinner mop to mop a small area, it can send and extend the entire roller brush out for a complete clean, so ensuring all your edges are covered. So this is tested and proven through my real life cleaning example. And to rehash this technology is called Maxi Reach. So this Maxi Reach technology could allow the vacuum brush as well as the mop to go and clean all these areas under the bottom cabinet doors. Then the second big difference that I noticed is on carpet cleaning, especially on my floor mat outside the toilet door, because this is where you will notice the 28,000 Pascal suction force, and it is really very important to keep the carpet dry and clean so that it does not breed any kind of bacteria. Most importantly, remember the auto shield, whereby your roller mop will be lifted up and then covered with a shielding flap. And out of curiosity, I cannot just let them tell me, right? I personally flip the robot and see whether there's a real cover, and indeed there is. So now, compared to other robot vacuums whereby they just lift up the mop pad, there is still a small chance of cross-contamination between the mop pad and the carpet, which is what you don't want. You don't want to wet it, correct? So this shield flap by Auto Shield is actually really good and really useful in real life. Then if you want to talk about avoiding obstacles, I even put my camera down and let the robot vacuum see it on its way. It will just avoid it, meanwhile clean the edges that can be cleaned in a very nice fashion that goes around the obstacle. Even if we look at dining chair legs, sometimes if you forget to lift up the chairs or what, it will still go through as planned. But just that I don't really recommend it because it takes much more time for the robot vacuum to find its way in and find its way out. It's much easier for you to just lift up the chairs and let the robot vacuum clean the entire dining space. That is my suggestion. Also, we need to talk about the climbing technology because this is the flagship signature feature of this Mova Z60 Ultra. And if you look at the area between my kitchen and the service yard, there is around 2 to 3 cm height or gap that normal robot vacuums, they may not be able to climb. So after the Z60 Ultra has mapped the home and identified that this is an up and down gap, it will then program to rise up the legs so that it can climb over the obstacle or the height difference, and then the robot can then move to another higher space. And it's exactly what is shown in this video. And the mobile app is really easy to navigate. So after you have set it up on your mobile app and have mapped your home, you can now press enter and it will show you the map of your home. This is what I've just cleaned in my living room, dining room, kitchen, and utility or service yard area. Okay, and then here is the toilet area. So it will show you how you want it to clean. And if you click custom, it can show you whether you want to vacuum, you want to mop, or you want a combination of vacuum plus mop, or you want to mop after you vacuum. So you can fully customize this. How much you want the suction power, you can also adjust it. How much wetness you want on your mop can also be chosen. There is also a Clean Genius feature. If you don't know what to choose, then AI will help you select. Most importantly, when something red pops up, remember to click it to see what's the issue. Like it says low water level, which means I really need to go and fill up the clean water tank. Okay, sometimes you need to empty the dust bag and change a new one, or sometimes you need to empty the used water or top up detergent. All these they will let you know within the mobile app itself, so it's very useful. So some reflections after using the Z60 Ultra Roller Complete robot vacuum compared to my current Dreamy robot vacuum, I would agree that there is quite a noticeable upgrade, especially on the edges cleaning, obstacle avoidance, and especially on the slope climbing or height difference climbing ability, because some of you may have door frames, okay, and the door frames may be very different height. And this robot can climb up to 8 cm. 8 cm is quite high, like that already. And then it has a ton of other cool features like stronger suction power. They also have the AI auto shield flap, which I think is really useful. So all these features I feel are really good for automatic self-maintenance. Of course, it's not like really deep clean. It's good for general maintenance. If you just want to keep the house tidy, clean, and neat without doing all the manual work yourself, I feel that robot vacuum is an essential cleaning appliance that every household should have. So if you're interested in checking out this Mova Z60 Ultra Roller Complete Robot Vacuum, you can check the link in description or find out on my YouTube shopping page. Use the links and whatever promo you have to get the best deal right now in the market. And if you ask me another level, is it worth paying $1,000 over for a robot vacuum? I can tell you from past experience that you cannot buy too cheap. Because if you buy too cheap, the hardware may be okay, but the software, the brain, okay, cannot be powering the very strong device. End up, okay, hardware good, software not good, then bye-bye. So when going for robot vacuums, I would prefer that you look at the software, the tech, the AI behind it, rather than the hardware. The hardware are all very similar out there in the market. It's just that whose brain is more powerful. And I felt that this Mova Z60 Ultra will be worth the price to pay. Because if you think about this, if you buy it at a very low price point, very cheap, but it doesn't work as well as it is intended to do, then you need to waste time and effort to send this thing to the service center and then get it back like a few weeks later. Okay, it's not worth your time and effort. And this thing is quite heavy on. So it's not like some mobile phone you go service center can get back in a few hours or what. So that's really my true experience, sharing as an experienced homeowner using robot vacuum for close to a year now. And I kind of can see what kind of robot vacuums are really good for your household, like this one. Therefore, don't think that household appliance is not part of personal finance, because anything that can save you time and bring you confidence can, of course, add more value to your life, right? All the time savings, use it better, work on your side hustle. That's why it's finance related. And if you want to look at my service yard tour, where I do like a very small space setup and how you can organize the things in a very small utility area, then check out my previous video right here.